Hey everyone, quick update for all my internet followers. I'm no longer going to be posting under the name Pratzelworm. I'm not going to try to go back and change all my stuff that I posted under that name, but from this point moving forward, I'll be posting under the pseudonym Salem Wasteland. If you don't care why, that's all you really need to know, but if you do care why, it's basically because the reason that I chose to rebrand as Pratzelworm in the first place wasn't really because I had any real connection to the name, but more because I thought it was unique and therefore unlikely to be claimed on other websites. Like, for example, my previous username, The End Is Near Us, was taken on Twitter, so I wasn't able to use that when I joined Twitter in 2014, and as that became, kind of my main social media platform, then I was kind of like, well, whatever name I use here, I need to kind of use elsewhere. So I ended up settling on Pratzelworm, and I'd also kind of wanted to distance myself from dumb shit that I'd done as a teenager under The End Is Near Us, because I'd used that name from the time that I was 13 to the time that I was 20, and that's 7 years of potential dumb shit to do. I also just have a bad habit of deleting and remaking accounts and changing usernames and stuff. Although it's whatever the main name I have usually doesn't change. I don't know. I'm indecisive as all hell. But yeah, in hindsight, I was never really that satisfied with the name Pratzelworm, and I quickly realized after using it for a while that it's kind of awkward for English speakers to say. I mean, the German pronunciation is something like Pratzelworm, which is the same thing as a Tatzelworm, which is kind of like a Swiss folklore creature. That's kind of like a hybrid of a cat and a dragon. And I was like, well, I like both of these two animals, and this is kind of like a fusion of them, so I guess I'll use this as my username, and this spelling of this word kind of reminds me of pretzelworm, which I think is funny. So that was pretty much the only thought process that went into that, and also the whole, I figured it was a unique enough word that I could use it and it would be recognizable, but it turns out when you pick a weird random word, it just confuses people. And when I would be in chat rooms and stuff, people would try to shorten it to Prat or Pratzel or Pretzel, and I just don't really vibe with any of those. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I just decided to go by my real name, which is Matthew. And I was like, whatever, people just call me Matthew on the internet. But then that led to some discomfort of fucking internet randos addressing me on a first name basis. And I'm like, I don't even know who you are. Please don't call me by my name. And obviously I can't stop anyone from doing that, and it's not really a secret that that's what my name is, but I feel weird. I mean, it's at my job, even though I wear a name tag that says Matthew on it, if I'm ringing up a customer and they end it with have a good day, Matthew, I'm just whom's the fuck? Have we spoken before? I don't think so. It puts me in a weird spot. So because of that, I was like, well, I'll just go by my persona's name, as I'll put his name on my profiles and stuff. So I put Salem on my profiles instead and started introducing myself to new people under that online. And so I was like, well, maybe I should just start using Salem as my whole username, I guess, and just put my persona's whole name as my internet alias. And like I said, it's not really a secret that I used to go by The End Is Near Us, and now I'm formally known as Pratzelworm, or that my real name is Matthew, but I just decided to go under the pseudonym Salem Wasteland for all my profiles and stuff. And knowing who I am as a person, I can't even guarantee this will be permanent, just because stuff. But man, kudos to people who come up with one username when they're 12 and use that for the entire rest of their online presence. I could never do that. If I went by the username that I came up with when I was 12, I would be Cats Are Cool, KATZRKOOL, because that's how I thought. That's the kind of spelling I thought was, cool with a K on the internet. I don't know. And even my first YouTube username, which that account has been deleted and remade. I don't remember if this is my second or my third YouTube account, but that one was, and this is really funny when I say it, that one was Umbreon Girl 987, which is very funny for me to say now as a 23-year-old man. But yeah, so just, that's what's going on. So I'm no longer Pratzworm, I'm now Salem Wasteland. And I'm also been working on some cool projects that I'm looking forward to posting about in the future, like an intro and an outro for my YouTube channel, as well as like some shit posts and other fun videos and comics, and they're not comics, like drawings and things, both here and on my Twitter. Stay safe, everybody.